Well, good morning and welcome to Brekkie with the Guy Who Sews. My name is Sean, if you haven't been here before, and welcome. And I have my very, very special guest, Martha from Martha's Creative Life. She's been on here a couple of times before, but I'm super excited to have her back. She's one of my good buddies, and we're just going to sit down and sew together and have a good old chat and everything else. So welcome. Martha, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself in case someone here doesn't know who you are?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. I've got one eye open. It's so early here. Excuse me. I'm Martha with Martha's Creative Life. I've had my channel, I think July will be a year. So I'm enjoying it very, very much and just enjoying getting to meet everybody and talk to everybody. We have such a wonderful quilting community. So just been working on projects. I've got a project here that I've been working on. I've had to keep it secret. I'm working on the video for it because it's going out to the baby shower today. The recipient is getting it today, but I made a baby quilt for a special friend today. So I've been working on that.
Hopefully she's not watching.
Yes, she's not watching. So that's why I haven't made a video, because I didn't know if she would watch my channel. And I'm like, that would be terrible. Oh, I already knew about this.
Well, it's all good. So let's just say good morning to everyone real quick, and then we'll go ahead and get some sewing done, which will be really, really cool. So
good.
We have a lot of our friends here this morning. It's always good to see each and every one of you. Miss Melody is here with us. Good morning. Good morning, Polly. It's great to see you. Lisa said, hey, Sean, popping in to say hi. Can't stay or lurk, but she brought the coffee and the donut. So Lisa is definitely one of my favorites now.
Thanks, Lisa.
Yes, but then again, everyone's my favorite. So, you know, I really shouldn't play favorites. So everyone's my favorite. This lady called Martha's Creative Life has shown up. You know, good to see her. Good morning,
hey,
Jim.
That's me.
Jim Bennett is here. Good morning. Quilting in the Man Cave. That is Rob. He says, good morning, Martha and Sean and world. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. And he just started his own YouTube channel about a week and a half ago. He's put up a couple of videos. I've watched him. I've enjoyed him. So definitely duck over and check out his channel. You can put in !man cave, and that'll give you a link to his channel. And if you have a channel and you want to put your link in, you have to be a mod to do it. But if you let us know who you are, you know, we can put the thing in there for you if we haven't already got it in the whatever it's called. Anyway, moving on. Gloria is here, and she is a lovely lady. I got to meet her at the quilt show a couple of weeks ago. So it's great to see Miss Gloria. Mary G is here. Good morning. My mate Stephen from Bland Designs and Idiot Quilter is here. He says, good morning, everyone. I'm busy repairing a mistake made in my last quilt, which is a pain, as you know where. So yeah, never fun. You can put in exclamation Stephen if you want to see his channel link, and he's always a lot of fun as well. And I believe you have an interview coming up with him on his channel soon, right?
I do. I'm just patiently waiting.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah, in the next week or two. Okay, so the link for Man Cave does work, thankfully. Okay, where are we? I get so distracted. This is, oh, I went blank there for a second. Okay. Okay, we went to Stephen. Beverly is here. Good morning. Good morning, Denise and Miss Kathy. Good evening, Janet. I'm glad you made it because I know we were an hour ahead now. So I was hoping you'd find it. She said, evening, Sean and Martha, my favorite two YouTubers. Thank you so much for that. Good morning, Laurie. Good morning to the Nightbot. Pepsi Girl 1956 is here with us. Sweet Granny Quilting, Lizzie Ellen. And I think I caught everybody. If I missed someone, I apologize. It's definitely hard to catch everyone, but Tina and Chloe just popped in as well. So good morning to everybody. So Martha, let me know what you are going to work on this morning.
Well, I'm just saying, looking at all the chat and everything this morning, I don't know how Becca does it. She does such an amazing job keeping up with this chat. Yeah. It's just like, I watch her on Friday nights and I'm like, sitting there watching her, I'm like, she's just so awesome. I guess you just learn how to do it. So but good morning, everyone. It's so good to see everybody here today. So as y'all all know, I'm the one of the ambassadors for Cotton Cuts for their Gnome program. I got the January guy done. He's so cute. He turned out great. I am going to see if I can try to put, because I've got some extra fabric. They actually gave us extra fabric in each kit. I'm going to see if I can make him a cute little bow tie. Haven't had a chance to work on that yet, but I haven't worked on any of the other ones yet. Work's been pretty crazy lately. I come home, make dinner, spend time with the hubby, and it's time for bed and start all over again. So what I'm working on today is I thought I would go ahead and work on my poppy for cotton cuts. And this one is a special secret project that I'm working on because it's what I would call the Americana colors. And my husband served in the Navy proudly for 21 years. So I'm going to make him a quilt. It's in the small, but he doesn't know. So this I'm trying to keep hush hush. So he's still asleep this morning. So he has no idea that we're working on this morning.
Yeah, and I love that. I mean, it's a nice bright colorway. And so I'm really interested to see how that one turns out, because it's so different to the lavender that I'm doing as well, which I did bring mine along just for a quick show and tell. I mean, you've all seen it before, but just in case.
And I'm loving the lavender. It's so pretty because, of course, it's got my favorite colors in it. So this one that I'm working on, the poppy, it's nice because I'm doing something different than what I normally would pick, even though I love Americana colors anyway.
And that's how I feel about the lavender. I usually don't do stuff this close together.
No, you don't.
Usually like
that's
the rainbow.
So pretty.
So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how it all turns out at the very end. But today I am going to be working on my mythical darktones. I've been teasing you all for weeks that I'm actually going to do something with it, and today is the day. And we won't get it finished, but this is the block I'm working on. It's called the Griffween.
He or she is adorable.
It is. I love this. I'll just show you one more time just in case you popped in real quick. But I've cut all the pieces out. There is, I don't know, probably like 60 or 70 pieces. I have them all laid out in my cool little box. And so hopefully we will get some stuff done this morning, and we won't have to pull out my old friend too many times.
Who's that?
My version of Jacqueline. So we will see what happens. As I said, I've kind of resigned myself to the fact that we'll probably have to pull it out, because I try not to do complicated patterns on a live because there's just so much going on. But this morning I was like, well, last night when I was deciding what I was going to do, I was like, you know what, I really, really want to do this today. So we'll just have to deal with whatever comes. So.
Well, I laugh now every time I pull out, yeah, and I just laugh and I'm like, oh, Sean.
No, he who shall not be named.
I just laugh.
That's good. Hey, we've all got to have a good laugh. Okay, so Teresa's asking where I got the pattern from. It is from a company called Art East Quilt Company. I can go ahead and throw a link to that in the description. They are a small company based in Nova Scotia in Canada, which is on the East Coast up there by Newfoundland and all that sort of stuff. And I'm trying to get a link. It's also the same company that is doing the Wizard of Oz that I've been working on. All right, so
I'm just loving their patterns and everything, because it's been really nice to see those. They're beautiful.
Oh, they are. Yeah, he does the main person up there, his name is John. He designs, I think, all the patterns, and he just does a beautiful job. He has a real talent. If you like Elizabeth Hartman patterns, you will love Art East. They've got very, very similar aesthetics, and I love both of those as well. Nancy says that she loves my shirt. This was actually something that one of my friends designed for me several years ago. It was actually the same gentleman that designed the logo for my channel. He is a graphic designer by trade, and he just thought it'd be fun to make me a shirt. So I really enjoy this as well. Teresa says that her friend owns 2 Dachshunds. That is awesome. We had a bunch of Dachshunds in our family. My sister had one. My dad had one. We had Little Bandit. And sadly, they all passed away in the last 6 months. We still have little Finley. She's half Dachshund. So, yeah, it's good.
She's so cute.
She is. She's a little bundle of energy. Thankfully, she sleeps in the morning. So this is a good time for me to have her live, because I'm not having to let her in and out every 15 seconds.
Oh.
All right, Miss Janice is here from the Right Way. She also has her own channel, and I put her link in there. I believe it's !Janice. And she does a really good job of her channel. I love listening to her when I can. She has the coolest Jamaican accent. I know I say it every week, but you know, it's just really cool. And then Russ is here. We missed you last week, right, Martha?
Yes, we did.
Last week, so it's good to see that you're here. I know sometimes he has to hop up and let the dogs out and that sort of thing. No, how about that? He says, I was out walking Raleigh and heard Ravel play at the ARB and exclaimed, oh, Sean and Martha. So he's here. Good morning, Russ. And if you want to check out his channel, he is !Russ. I really need to do like a friends thing like Becca does, but I've got like 55 people on there. So that might be
Who let the dogs out? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, too early. Sorry.
Finley, I let her out this morning. I mean, she was talking to every dog in the neighborhood, I think. So.
Aw. That was her social time. It's her social. How long did you walk her for?
I just let her out in the backyard.
Flower.
Yeah, we don't walk her that often because she has a nice big long backyard she can run around in. So, but she has to go outside and talk to everybody.
Dogs, they need that space to be able to run and play.
We are blessed that we have a nice sized backyard for them to run around in. So she's also dug about 1,000 holes in it for us.
She's just keeping the ground aerated for you.
I think she hears a mole or a vole, whatever you want to call those things. And she actually caught one last year.
Did she really?
Yeah. She was out playing with something. I went out back and there was a dead mole out there. And I'm like, well, I guess she caught. Well, we were talking about her earlier. Miss Donna, we didn't know she'd make it this morning, but she is here. So good morning, Donna. Welcome. As she has her own channel. If you haven't seen her yet, she is !Donna. And she has a live up to tonight, I believe. I think it's at 10 p.m. Eastern. Correct me if you're wrong. She's put her own channel link in there for us, so that makes it really good. Yeah, she's one of my wonderful moderators. So let me know if that time is not right. She is working on one of the FPP projects that she's got. She has some really, really neat projects with different animals. I can't keep track of which one she's currently doing. I think it's the cheetah right now, but I could be wrong on that.
Well, I like the Legit Kits one that she's working on, or you are working on it, right, Donna? It's the one with is it the Camaro? I saw that one and I was just like, it's so beautiful. So Mike has some amazing kits. They're just amazing. I don't know if y'all saw his video with Donna, but that was wonderful.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that interview as well. That was a lot of fun with Mike because he kind of explained how the business model works and everything else. And it was just really fun. I got to go to their, not their store, their, whatever they call it, the quilt show the other week. And it was just a lot of fun. It was so bright. It was fun to see the quilts in person, like the Toasty the Dragon, which is the one I bought the pattern for.
Yeah.
There in life. And there was just so much there to see it. Yeah, so if you enjoy FPP, Donna is definitely a good resource. She has some really cool projects going on, both with Legit Kits and some others. I think it's Violet Designs with different animals. So definitely check her out because she is a wonderful resource for FPP projects, which is foundation paper piecing for anyone that doesn't know. All right, so yeah, she says Friday night at 10 p.m., Saturday night at 9 p.m. Okay, all right. Well, I was close. Love me some Legit Kits. Come see it with me at the Blast. Yeah, and like Martha said, she is working on her Camaro, which I think is a test. I think they're doing pre-orders for that kit right now. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. I haven't started mine yet. I'm still on the fence as to what color I want to make my dragon. I don't think I'm going to decide till I get to this quilt shop and actually touch the fabric and play with the fabric and let it tell me which one I need to do. Yeah, Nancy says she's doing the muscle car, which is the Camaro. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Now, the Shelby Mustang, we would really have a problem.
Yeah,
because that's my husband's favorite, and he likes the Camaros too. But the Shelby Mustang, I was like, oh, if they had that, I'd be in trouble.
well, I think this is the first that they've done, I think. I could be wrong. And if it goes as well as I expect, I would not be surprised if they have more vehicles like that, more muscle cars or more classics in the works in the very near future.
Right.
So we'll see.
Don't look. I just started out sewing and had to pull my little trusty friend out already.
Whoops.
Oops.
Well, so far I've done okay. So the Friday nights with Project Base on Donna's channel, and Saturday nights is the Tiger by Violet Crow. Okay, excellent. Okay, so I got the animal wrong. She does a really good job about telling us which ones are coming up. Like I think she's got it planned out for several months. I think there's a cheetah, there's a giraffe, there's a couple other animals as well. If I didn't have as much going on as I did already, I would seriously consider jumping in with this, but I have enough projects going on at the moment as it is. It's kind of hard to do everything. I don't know how Donna does it. You know, she has 5 different jobs and still does all this stuff. You know, my full-time job, like we were talking earlier, Martha, you get home from work and you're just exhausted.
Right. And,
So,
you know, some jobs are mental exhaustion, and that's how mine is. And then some are physical, you know, so it just really depends on, you know, how your day is. And it's, yeah, and quality family time is important too.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard. You know, I remember I had a coworker once because I worked in a like a truck loading yard where they loaded trucks, and one of the guys was, you know, he was young, he was immature, and he told me my job was easy because all I did was sit in the office and drink coffee.
Oops.
And I was just like, you know what? I'm not going to let him get to me. You know, he's just a young
Right.
immature kid.
Right.
And
He
so
has no clue. He has no clue.
he doesn't. And so they ended up closing us down, and I went and got the current job that I have now. And he called me about 6 months later. I'm like, why is he calling me? You know, and he's like, I have to apologize to you. I was like, you do?
Aw.
He's like, yeah, they put me in the office for a week, and I now realize what you had to go through.
Aw.
And I was
Well,
like,
that
what?
was big of him and nice of him to apologize. That
Yeah.
doesn't happen, you know?
No, it usually doesn't. Like, that was the last thing I expected.
I'm glad he did. I'm sure that made him feel better too.
Yeah. I don't see him that often, but once in a while we run into each other at the store or something else like that. And yeah, so sometimes someone says something mean to you, just shake it off, and it's having a bad day or they're immature or whatever. So
I had read something the other day, and I don't remember all of the options, but it said, you know, if someone comes at you and they're angry and you know that it's not you didn't do anything wrong, well, maybe take a step back for a minute. I don't remember all the examples, but it's like, you know, is the person hungry? Are they tired? And it really resonated with me because, you know, sometimes, you know, people just have all these other things going on in their life, and they may not necessarily mean to come at you mean, but you know, maybe they're just having a bad day, and
yeah,
sometimes they just need a little bit of grace.
absolutely. I mean, that's I run into that at my job sometimes. Sometimes like my customers will be looking for answers and they've reached out to a different team and they're not getting it. And by the time they get to us, they're just absolutely fuming. And I'm just like, you know, just hold on, you know,
Yeah.
let me try and help you. And you know, if you're kind to people, 9 times out of 10 they'll calm down. So you know, yeah, just a bit of grace sometimes.
And just being heard, you know, knowing that, you know, hey, just take a minute and listen to them, and
Oh,
okay, I hear you. I know you're having an issue. Let me work on it for you. I may not have an answer right now, but you know,
yeah,
I will do my best.
I had one of my coworkers look at me one day and she's like, I don't know how you stay so calm with the customers. And I was like, well, let me tell you my secret. I said, if someone's getting really cranky and I can't fix it right then, I just tell them,
Mhm.
look, I got to go talk to my manager.
Right.
I said, I already know the answer. It's not going to change, but you're not going to like my answer. So I just tell them I'm off to talk to my manager, and then I'll email them 5-10 minutes later and say, hey, look, I've talked to them. This is how it is. And again, that usually works. But I've taken that positive, potentially volatile situation and calmed everybody down because they're Donna has a solution for them. She says, give them chocolate. I can work that.
I love it.
Rob from Quilting and Man Cave's asking, how long a drive would it be from me to Jacksonville, Florida? I think it's about 12 or 14 hours. It's a distance.
Who's in Jacksonville, Florida?
Rob from Quilting in the Man Cave, I gather.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you're closer to him than I am. All right, Russ says
I'm in Alabama now, even though I grew up in Florida, so I know where Jacksonville is. It's the last time I was over there, I don't know if they're still doing it. They were doing a lot of construction there on the main highways. Hopefully they're all done with it, but that's been years ago now.
Yeah, I think I've heard that thing's going to be under construction until the end of time.
Oh, so it would be the same then.
Probably, yeah. All right. So yeah, Russ says that he hasn't had breakfast yet. Now he wants chocolate. Yes, chocolate sounds good. So all right. So I've done this much.
Coffee. Oh.
Yeah, so that's his little eye, and then
I love it.
So we've done that much so far. So we're doing good. All right.
I got so far.
All right. So Fallon is here. Good morning. And if you haven't heard, Fallon and her husband are now selling clappers.
They're so great. Where's yours?
In the mail. It should be here Monday, apparently.
Oh, okay, cool. Fallon, your husband is doing an amazing job on the clappers. I absolutely love them. Sorry, Sean, I got excited. They're beautiful.
Yeah, and they have different wood you can use, and they even have it where you can customize it. You can put your name on it. I sent them my my logo, and the logo is going to be on top of the clapper. I've seen a picture of it, and I am super excited to see that next week and give it a go. I've been actually in the market to get a clapper for a while. I didn't see it at the quilt show, and I was like, at some point, the perfect one will show up. And then Fallon put up last week, hey, the first husband of quilting is making the clappers, and I was like, yep, sign me up. Where's my invoice? So so there we go. Janet's asking what we both do for a living. I work import customer service for a container ship company that does we work primarily in the transatlantic, so Europe to North America, both Canada and the US, and I mostly do Canadian imports.
You stay very busy.
It's never a dull moment, and you never know what's going to come across your desk. I mean, if there's a issue with customs releases and that sort of thing there, that's usually my thing to fix. And it's kind of like a puzzle, because sometimes you only get certain pieces of the puzzle and you have to try and figure out how to fix it. And the customs officers won't speak to me because I'm not a customs broker. And it's after a while you learn, but it's definitely a challenge. And then you work in the finance industry, right?
Yep, I work in the financial industry. I've been Tuesday. I have an anniversary coming up. I'll be with the company that I work for 18 years on Tuesday. So
oh wow,
my daughter was only she was only 4, and she was turning 5 the next month in April. Yeah. So I've seen a lot of changes in my company, but the changes that I have seen have all been for the better. So, the company that I started out with and the company that I'm at today has just grown to be stronger and more solid. And we need that, especially in all these times with all the, all the stuff going on. So I'm very proud of the company that I work for.
Oh, excellent. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat as well. Yeah, Rob says I'm in Tampa at Jacksonville Quilt Fest is later this year. It's a great show. Yeah, that would be fun, but I think this is a little too far for me to wander off to. All right.
I'm hoping one day there'll be a quilt show kind of close to me where I don't have to travel too far. I've never actually been to a real quilt show before.
Well, the Jacksonville one might be doable for you. That might be going to be a long day trip, but it might be something you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I got some very exciting news this week. Usually the Mid-Atlantic Quilt Show that I go to is the same weekend as QuiltCon, and I was wondering how I'll go to handle it next year since QuiltCon's like 3 hours down the road. And thankfully, they got smart and they got to do it the weekend after.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
that's awesome.
So now I get to go to both.
Well, that's probably why they just decided to change that up so that people who want to go both can.
Yeah, I mean, I think it made sense because I think most people would have gone down to Raleigh for something different. And, the vendors that go to QuiltCon can then just come up the road that next week. And then I think next year's show could potentially be a lot larger than it usually is because the people are coming to QuiltCon were like, well, we can just come to Hampton next week and sell more stuff. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That I don't have to choose now.
I'm glad you don't have to choose.
Well, I was really considering going to Hampton on a Thursday and then down to QuiltCon on a Saturday, but now I don't have to choose that. So we will see. Let's see. Fallon says they're working on overseas shipping. Hopefully we can work it out. Pirateship.com, Fallon, is an option for overseas shipping. I've used it for several international shipments, and it's pretty easy. It even fills out all the custom stuff for you. Like all you have to do is put in what it is, and because it's treated wood, you should be able to get it into Australia without too much hassle because they are pretty strict about like biological stuff like that. But if it's treated wood, you won't have any issues. So something to consider. But I think Etsy could let you do internet. They do, because I've done that in the past too, where I've shipped stuff internationally of Etsy. So it's expensive, very expensive, but it can be done. All right, so right now I'm working on the nose. Done this right.
I was looking at the chat real quick. I think someone was asking what we're working on today.
Yes. Okay. So I am working on. I've got stuff everywhere. Sorry. I'm working on my mythical darkson block. I'm doing the what they call the griffween, which looks like a griffin. Let me just pull out the page. Can we see him? Yep, there we go. So that's what it's going to look like when it's done. Right now, I've done his eyes, and I'm working on his nose. So we probably won't get it finished during the live, but you'll be able to come back tomorrow and see some progress on it. Donna says she's heading out. She's heading to the hospital to visit Joe's sister. Happy sewing today, all. Thank you so much for joining us, and our prayers are lifted up to you and your family as well.
Good to see you, Donna.
Yes, always good to see our friend Donna. Fallon says she hasn't been to a show in a long time. The last time I went was with my aunt, and I was just a kid. So that was like, what, 10 years ago? Cheryl says to Stephen, glad you fixed the quilt. Janice at the right way says, me too, Martha. I'm excited. QuiltCon is in my area next. Excellent. So I get to meet you next year, hopefully, Miss Janice. That'll be awesome. I didn't realize we were that close. So I'm about 3 hours away from Raleigh, so I'm definitely within driving distance, which is nice. And I'm just getting super distracted.
Me too. I'm working on my cotton cuts. This one is the Village Green puppy. And I'm working on that one today. I am behind because I'm working on clue 1.
That's all right. And if you, and I've mentioned this a few times before, but if you are interested in Village Green and have not signed up, you have less than a week. They are closing sales for this particular puzzle mystery quilt on Friday the 31st. So if you are on the fence, you haven't decided and you want to do it, go ahead and get signed up before they close it up, because after next Friday, I think you're going to be just have to wait for the next one. All right, so this nose is a challenge. It's not really hard, but you're having to do like all this stuff. Like you sew this little piece on and that little piece, and now we're going to attach this one.
Oh,
it's not hard. You just got to make sure you do it the right way, because if you mess this up, I have to throw it out and start again because I've already cut the excess off.
Oh, so you've got to do precision sewing there, good sir.
Sewing, yes. This is not Voldemort friendly. All right, let's see. All right, Janet says yes, that'd be great. Janet says I'm in the process of making the t-shirt quilt. How do you quilt yours? I put sashing up between each of my shirts, and then I just like to quilt stitch in the ditch. I'm very unconventional with that. I think that's one of the reasons I did not get a ribbon last year, because they want to see more dense and consistent quilting. But I like that look, and I have not seen a quality issue with it. I've had several quilts, t-shirt quilts of mine that are many, many years old that have not had any quality control issues. So yeah, I just basically stitch in the ditch.
The t-shirt quilt that I made, I did the stitch in a ditch also, just because I didn't want to mess up all the, the quilts on the actual quilt, or on the t-shirt itself. And I didn't know how it would wash up, after time. So I was like, stitch in the ditch it is.
Yeah. I mean, your batting will say, you can stitch up to 6 inches, 8 inches, or whatever it is. And I mean, I go well and above that. And I've never had a problem with it. So that's how I do it. And I have not had any issues with it. That's how I prefer, because I don't want to mess with the print either. So, all right. We're still doing good. I have not had to pull out my friend yet.
I pulled him out for you first.
Okay. I'm glad it's not.
First set of stitches. So I took one for the team this morning.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think that this block, the key to this is organization.
I agree.
I pulled out all the pieces last night, and then this morning I got up at like an hour and a half before the live started and put like each step together. And that's been very, very helpful, because I'm not sitting around here hunting for pieces. Please tell me that's right. Yes. Okay.
The poppy's turning out really pretty with these. It's looking nice.
Oh, excellent.
They're looking beautiful together. Oh, so I have a fun topic to share.
Okay.
I don't know if any of you know Shady Susan. Can't remember her full YouTube channel, but I was watching the other night.
Sewing Sensations by Shady Susan, or with
yes, that's it. Yeah. Yep. And we were just chit-chatting in the chat, and I said I have a topic I'd like to discuss, and I'm not sure how y'all feel about it. She did send me a message and tell me that she's got quite a few comments on there about different ways and pins to use. But on the baby quilt that I made, if you look at the white squares that are right inside there, I was doing straight line stitching, doing the quilting, and I thought, well, I really wanted to up my game. I want it to look better than the last quilt that I did. I want to continue to grow. So I used a pin that I had gotten from, and I think maybe it came from Missouri Star Quilt Company's Christmas box, not probably 2021. And I've not used any pins like that. So I used it, made my straight lines, quilted, put it in the wash. It didn't come out. The ink didn't come out. I've tried washing it multiple times. I've tried rubbing alcohol. I've tried Dawn dish soap. I've tried a Tide pen. Nothing is working. So I've just resigned to the fact that eventually the pen will just wash out. And at least it's a light blue. It's not a color that like really, really stands out. But I was super disappointed. So, you know, my advice is to, you know, look and see, do a test on a fabric before you start using the fabric.
Yeah, I think they say that on the back.
Key mistake.
Yeah, and it's a learning, it's like everything else, it's a learning experience. And
Yeah.
I'm sure you won't make that same, I guess we could call it an error twice.
Yeah, I won't make that same mistake again.
All right, so this is the nose.
Oh.
And so I think eventually, like we're still just a smidge away, it'll go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not quite there yet. So let's see what's next.
I'd be in trouble if they had one for pugs. Or don't tell me that they do have one.
I think so.
Don't tell me.
Yeah, I don't think so. All right, so let's see. Janet says she's doing the peony colorway, which is, from what I can tell, very, very popular for the village green.
Yes.
Janet's working in the last Mr. Quill as well. Which colorway did you do for So Sweet, Janet? Very cool. I know Chloe's doing the puzzle, this current one, the village green. I think she's doing lavender as well as I am. She's actually going to be joining me in about 3 or 4 weeks to sew Clues 3 with me, which I'm super excited about. I got to meet her at the quilt show a couple of weeks ago as well. Crystal Hart is here. She has her own channel. And
hi, Crystal.
Yes, she's a lovely lady. If you haven't checked out hers, definitely check out her channel. I think I put her, I can't remember if I put her link in or not. Let me check real quick. Oops, hang on.
If not, I can go find her real quick and put her in here. I can do it real quick for you. Y'all, Crystal is a sweetheart. I really like her a lot. She's just go check her out. She's amazing. Yeah,
I'm a fairly new subscriber to hers, and I really, really like her as well. And okay, so it's exclamation heart is what I put down.
Yeah, and someone had suggested to try hairspray, and what's crazy is I don't own hairspray anymore.
Me either.
I mean, I'm 50 this year. I'll be 51 in November, but when I was a teenager or a young adult, I mean, it was lots of hairspray, making sure the hair was, had lots of hairspray. That was back in the day when I used hairspray. So I don't have any, so I'd have to go to the store and find some. But even I figured that rubbing alcohol would work, and that didn't work either.
Yeah, that's what I suggested, was the alcohol. But someone said that it just got to highlight your beautiful quilting, and I mean that's a great thing. Yeah, I mean it's got to tell a story.
It is, but I know she is going to love it because she actually works with my husband, and in the little group on Facebook, the invitation, I said, we have a special surprise. And my husband's like, she came to work asking me, what's this surprise? And I didn't tell her. I said, okay, good. But I figured it just give her some nice, something to look forward to, to the baby shower today. So absolutely. I'm really just super excited to give it to her. I'm going to make a video, or I'm in the process of making a video on the quilt. I used a free pattern from Fat Quarter Shop. I love Fat Quarter Shop too. And it turned out really well. So I'll have that up soon, but I didn't want to put it out beforehand in case she accidentally saw my channel and saw the video, and then she would know what the what the surprise was.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just concentrating. So if
I'm
I
just
sound
too chattery this morning. I'm sorry.
no, it's just when I'm doing something this, like I have to make sure it's the right way and all that stuff. I don't want to mess this up.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's that. All right, let's see. Oh,
Well,
Stephen said,
take a minute and look in the chat.
apparently Stephen used hairspray, curling irons, and hair dryers every morning before going to work. It was a flock of seagulls, look, and it took a lot to maintain. So Stephen was a trendsetter back in the 80s, apparently. You have photos that you can share with us on that?
Exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, Stephen, we need to see photos, otherwise it didn't happen.
Right. Well, back then you had to take a photo and then take it down to your 1 hour shop and then hope it actually turned out and that you didn't have the lens cap on or it was overexposed or underexposed. It was, yeah. I remember those days. All right, what happened here? Oh, that's that one. Okay. I should have done it the other way. Oh, well, no problem.
There's lots going on in the chat. Some Nellie said she loves pugs and giving ideas about the pen. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's, I told you the other day is that, the pen thing is, ask the community for help, and suggestions because between all of us, we have many, many years of experience. And
exactly. We all have something to share,
Absolutely. Yeah, because we've all run across this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's see. Russ, this is funny. He says that might be my cue to go get breakfast. Power just flickered here and heard a transformer boom somewhere close. Yeah, we remember that. We remember that the other week. For anyone that wasn't here, I had Russ from Quilt Meets World on my channel, and about 45 minutes in, which is not far from now, my power just went boom. And I thought the live had ended, and it didn't. Russ stayed on and had his very, very first solo live, and he did an excellent job.
He did. You would have thought he'd been doing it for years.
Yeah, so he did an excellent job with that. We still have a chuckle about that. And the funny thing is that people pointed it out afterwards that he had like one of those little things behind him with words on it and said something about electricity. So
I didn't see that.
Yeah, go back. You have to go back and see that video. But yeah, it's got it was a quote from somebody smarter than me. But yeah, it was just poetic that the electricity thing was the day that mine just went out.
Poetic.
So, Janice says, "I smile every time you say it the right way." Ha ha, the right way. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, and I'm going to blame my accent on that. Why not? I can, right?
What I might try to do, y'all, is because a lot of y'all are saying I should try to get some hairspray since I don't have any. The baby shower is today, so she's getting the gift today. So what I might do is just test it on, the same white fabric that I have, because I still have some of it. But what was strange is the florals that I used was from Riley Blake, and it was an older collection that she had. The blue came out of that. It was just the white that it wouldn't come out, no matter how I tried. I was like, there's got to be other people out there who've had the same problem like me, and who has had something where a pen doesn't come through. So I figured, well, it's a learning opportunity for me, and then a learning opportunity where other people can learn so that they don't have that happen to them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I think it's and I've mentioned this before, but I think it's good that we as content creators show that, hey, these things happen, because we may be able to prevent someone else from having to go through the same thing.
Right.
Ange Sosa's here. saw her pop in a little while ago. It's always good to see her. She's been one of my biggest supporters from the very beginning. And she's asking what we are doing. And I'm making one of the mythical Darkson blocks. It's the try to look like a griffin. So like a winged dog. And I'm hoping to finish it tonight and be able to show it on tomorrow's podcast. Right now I'm working on like the nose and the chin and the eyes and all that sort of stuff there. I'll grab a picture in just a second. But that's the next part I've done.
And I'm working on cotton cuts, my poppy on Village Green. That's what I'm working on. I'm working on clue 1.
All right. Nellie says she has 2 pugs. My grandmother loved pugs. That was her favorite breed. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I can sit down and design a pug block. Who knows? I gotta find time to do it.
And neat thing about a pug is you don't think that they would be, but well, first they have a ton of personality, but pugs shed like crazy. I had a fawn colored pug and then I had a black pug, and both of their hair structure is completely different. But my fawn, she shed, I mean, she just had hair everywhere. And then my black pug, she would shed, but not as much as my fawn would. But I miss those 2 very, very much. They will both have a very special place in my heart for always.
Yes, we always miss our puppies. You know, they really do become family.
They are.
Janet's asking if you're doing a large or small.
Small.
Yeah, I've done the smalls too. I like the smalls. I think they're a nice size.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Cotton Cut sent me to do this time round, and I'm happy with.
Because you're an ambassador for them for the Village Green too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was very, very honored to be asked to do that. It was very much unexpected.
I was very honored for them to ask me to be a gnome ambassador. So.
Well, you're like one of the biggest fans. I was not super surprised when Robin reached out to ask you about that. So I think that's very well deserved, and you do a wonderful job promoting them. They're a wonderful company, and I think most people know who Cotton Cuts are and what they do. But if not, definitely go check out their site. They have such wonderful projects, and they're just so great with their customers. I mean, they just have a level of customer service I think most people should aspire to. The small is about, I think it's 48 by 60 inches. It's a nice size lap quilt. It's not a huge lap quilt, but I mean, I'm 6'5" and I can get underneath my small and be okay. And then the large, I believe, is 72 by 72. It's a square. The small is a rectangle.
Yeah, talking about the storms, I actually can hear the rain just started here.
Yes,
yeah.
This is up and down like the eastern part of the US.
Yeah.
Like I know up in Washington, D.C. is like the Cherry Blossom Festival right now. It's when the cherry blossoms like bloom. It's beautiful. If you ever get a chance to go up and see it, go for it. But it's supposed to be like rainy and nasty this weekend, and up in the mountains it's supposed to be rainy and nasty, but thankfully where I am, it's not too bad. It's supposed to be sunny in that, so we might actually go out and do something later on.
That'd be nice.
And if we do, you'll see video of it in my weekend review tomorrow. So
I love your weekend reviews.
I do too. It's one of my favorite parts. Yeah, because especially after losing Bandit this year, it's really nice to have all that footage that I can go back and watch of him just being Bandit and see what I did like over time. All right, let's see if I did this right. Oh, hallelujah. That's not 100%.
Did you do it? Oh, look at there. It's coming together.
Not quite right here, but it's close enough.
Yeah, it's good. I
Yeah.
did that on my gnome, where his little beard is. There was one little spot on each side that I missed, and I'm like, well, I tried.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people say, and I believe this too, is finish is better than perfect.
Right.
I always believe in the 95% rule, that 95 is still a solid A. I don't intend to enter in this in a quilt show, and if I do, it's just for show, not to win any ribbons. And then from what I understand of quilt shows is that the physical appearance is only like 25% or 50% of the final grade. The quilting makes up the rest of it. So like, yeah, you should make it as good as possible, but it doesn't matter if it's not perfect.
Right.
Crystal says I thought it'd be baby sized. Yeah, I mean, they're a good size. I mean, they're a nice lap quilt, which is nice.
And my bestest sister-in-law and I, Stephanie, we're still working on the
So sweet. Or the piazza.
The piazza. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't do the piazza one. I took a break, but please tell me I'm doing this the right way. Yeah.
She's making 2 of them because she's got 2 little girls. And then I was making 2, one small and one large.
Yeah, a lot of people do 2 or 3 because it's really hard to see all the beautiful colorways and just pick one.
Oh, yeah, that was difficult.
Yeah. And I seriously considered getting a second one, but then I was like, Sean, you have so much going. Yeah, you have so many other projects that you've been working on since 2022, and you don't need another one.
Well, it gives you a chance to try out other projects too.
Yeah. Jenna says, sorry, got to go. Have an early night. I'm going to a caravan and camping show tomorrow. It's in Perth and I live 2 hours away. Have a great day. Well, good night, Janet. It was always good to see you. I'm glad you made it here because I know, we're a little earlier than normal. So thank you so much for joining me and have fun at the show tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. Jeannie E says, sorry to arrive late. Hey, you hop in whenever you can. I know we're early. I saw someone pop in from Colorado a little bit ago. It's Katie Crafts. Thank you all so much for joining me. I feel even more special when people from like the Mountain and Pacific time catch us live because that requires some effort to get up that early. Because I mean, it's what, 6:53 in the morning out in Colorado. I think they're 2 hours behind me. Come on, why won't you press?
Thank you all for being here this morning.
Yeah, we appreciate it. It'd be no fun for us to hop on here and just be sitting there talking to each other. And I mean, I love talking to Martha, but
we always enjoyed good chin wag, don't we?
Yep.
Aww.
So little heads there. All right.
See, if that was a pug head, it would just be a little bit more rounder.
Yes. All right. Well, Janine and Amy are here. Good morning. Did I miss anybody?
Yeah. Janine just had a birthday recently.
Yes, she did. Yes, if you have storms in your area today, definitely stay safe. Please stay safe today. We want you back tomorrow.
Yes.
Now I'm going to make the ear. So far, I'm doing pretty good with this. No, good morning, Naomi. It's good to see you. She entered a quilt into the Sewing Machines Plus virtual quilt show that Donna and Tiffany and some of the others entered as well. And I thought it was really neat of Naomi because it was her second quilt ever, and she was brave enough to enter her second quilt into the show. And it was a really cute quilt as well. I really enjoyed looking at that and seeing that as well. And
I don't
so
think I got to see that. Where was that at?
it was online. You could vote online. I think it was early this month. Donna, I know, Donna entered the koala quilt that she pieced and Tucker's quilted. Tiffany
Right, I
entered.
remember that one.
Yeah, I
I
think
didn't
Tiffany.
get to see hers.
Yeah. Naomi told me about it in a comment on one of my videos, I believe, and that's how I found out about it. But yeah, I believe it was a baby quilt, if it's the same one I'm thinking of. It was a very, very pretty quilt. I really liked it.
Well, I hate I missed it.
Well, maybe she can duck into Discord and put a photo of it in there for us at some point.
There you go.
Nancy's here. She says, I have to watch you all later, but wanted to pop in and say hi. Good morning, Nancy. It's always good to hear from you. We have, yeah, all the Nancys. That's our friend Nancy. I'm going to butcher the name, Love Venture, from out in Wisconsin. What is my time slot tomorrow? It will be, I think Ange is asking, it's going to be 9 a.m. Eastern here, and I think the UK goes to daylight savings time.
I've already pulled out your friend multiple times this morning. What happened to the volume? Well, that was weird. I couldn't hear you. The volume went away.
Oh,
Oh,
technical glitch.
I have no idea what you said. I saw your lips moving.
I was just saying, Steve was saying, happy birthday, Janine. You're just still a kid. I don't remember 55. And I'm like, Stephen is not that old.
No.
He might feel that old, but I think we all feel that old some days. All right.
And I was just saying that I've been pulling out your friend this morning quite a bit.
Yeah, it happens. All right. So the quilting compound says you're muted. Are we still having sound issues, or is that back?
I can hear you on my end.
Janine says, Martha, I like how you call it Sean's friend. Hey, I make no bones about it, you know. That's my mate. He says, I'm old enough to be a father, but I use moisturizer, never too young to start that. Very true.
Well, I figure if I call it your friend, you know, maybe I won't have to use it as much.
I have many names for it. Some I can't repeat on YouTube without getting demonetized.
Let's not do that.
And then I love Brandy from 100 Proof Quilters term divorce lawyer.
The first time I heard that, I laughed so hard.
I didn't get it at first. I was like, what is she talking about? And then she explained it.
Yeah, when two pieces of fabric decide that they want to live happily ever after, and then something happens and they just can't work it out.
Yep, she says they marry the same together, and then the divorce lawyer splits them apart. And then I also call it Control Z sometimes, which is the undo button on a computer. So.
Oh, that's cute.
Okay, so assuming I did this correctly, or I did it the right way, as Janice would say, I can attach the ears to the dog. I don't know if you all heard then.
Stephen just said it started snowing up where he's at, and he thought he was away from that for a while, but no.
It's Toronto in spring for you. That's why
my husband grew up north in the snow, and he's like, we will never go up there when it's snowing. I'm like, but I want to see snow.
Snow belongs in a ski resort only, and then up in northern Canada. Yeah, we didn't get any snow this season at all, which disappointed Amanda greatly. Daria and I were not at all disappointed. That sounds true. Steve says we only have 2 seasons, winter and construction. Yeah, the traffic up in Toronto, from what I remember, was not fun. If you ever want to go into the city in Toronto, my suggestion to you is go find one of the commuter train stations, park your car there, and take the train in. That was a joy. I really enjoyed that time we went in downtown.
Yeah, I don't think I would even know what to do in snow. I remember when I was a little girl, I was probably 8 at the time. My mom and dad have pictures of me out in the snow, but I mean, this was still in Florida. It wasn't what you would call northern snow. Yeah.
I still remember I was either kindergarten or first grade. I can't remember which, but my mother comes to school and picks me up. She's like, I'm taking you out of school. I'm going to take you up into the hills because it's snowing up there. I was like, well, that's nice of you. So we get in the car, we drive, and I'm expecting to go out and play, make snowmen and all this sort of stuff there. And we get up there and it's dusty. I've never been more disappointed in my life. I was so sad.
Oh,
this is the head of the Dark's End.
That looks great.
So it turned out quite nicely. And so now I can go ahead and do the next step. All right. Yeah, Janice says she's never experienced a real snowstorm. Stephen says Toronto is very walkable because cars can't move anywhere. Yeah, it's very, very true. Wasn't a whole lot of snow in Rhode Island, was what Chloe says. In Wisconsin, we woke up to almost a foot of snow and it's still coming down hard. We were almost completely snow. So I've heard, Wisconsin got socked this year. So if we wanted snow this winter, apparently Wisconsin was the place to be.
Oh, wow. We watch, my husband and I, we watch a Trenton Alley on YouTube, and they're up in, I think, Utah, and they're building they built the house out in the middle of just a beautiful country out there, but the snow, they just keep having snowstorm after snowstorm. And I'm like, they're not going to be able to see out of their house.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just, that to me is just like, wow, where does all the snow come from?
Yeah, better than us. Dawn from My Corp Projects is here. It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us, Dawn. And she has her own channel. If you haven't seen that yet, it is !Dawn. If you want to see that, she does a lot of long arming and some other fun projects. She did a really cool project with it looked like 3D scales, like snake scales or dragon scales. I can't remember which one she said it was.
Oh, neat. I've seen that. I bet that was pretty.
It was. It was different. It was really neat to see. So I can't remember if it was a video or a short. I can't remember. Hopefully Dawn can remind me.
Sometimes on the way to work in the mornings or going home, if I'm not talking to my daughter, I'll, pop YouTube on so I can listen to one of our many friends. But sometimes I don't get to finish the video.
Yeah. Too many distractions on my commute to do that. So
yeah. It's kind of like listening to a book. So I just listen.
Yeah. I can listen to a book while I'm commuting, but yeah, I think listening to a YouTube video, there's too many distractions. Yeah. Too many people like change lanes or brake in front of you, or it's just part of the joy of living in a metro area.
Right. Well, even down here, you just have to be so careful because, people are on their phones or texting.
They're a lot better in
Not paying attention.
Yeah, they were much better in Alabama when I was down than they are up here. So.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, night and day. All right, what happened here? There we go. Okay, let's see. So this must be the foot. Yes. Okay, we're making progress.
Yay.
All right, Janine says New York gets plenty of snow. I'm happy to send it your way, Martha. Yeah, just make sure you skip it, if you would, please. Yeah, I know Janine's gotten some snow this year too. She gets the day off once in a while when it snows. So
Growing up in Florida, you had hurricane days. You didn't have snow days.
yeah, we tend to get more hurricane days here too than we snow days now these days.
Where did you get your shirt again, Sean?
From a friend of mine.
Yeah. Someone was asking.
Yeah, that was Dawn. Yeah, a friend of mine. I ordered. He's a graphic design artist. He's actually the gentleman that designed my channel logo for me. And I ordered some shirts he designed a couple of years ago, and then he just threw this in as a little extra for me. And so I thought that was really nice of him to do that for me.
He did a great job designing your logo.
Oh yeah, and he did that during his lunch hour. He's like, yeah, I'll just draw something up during my lunch hour. I'm like, okay, well, whatever you can do for me, we appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, some people just have an absolute talent for that stuff, and he's one of those guys.
Well, I think if everybody has a talent, we have to find our talents.
Let me grab.
He definitely knows what his is.
Yeah, this is one of the other things he designed a while back. It's like the A to Z to different characters. It has like it's Buffy, this Edward Scissorhands, the Joker, Indiana Jones, Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker. There's a bunch of them. It's just a really neat shirt. I would have to look and see if they even still sells that. But it was a lot of fun. I saw that when he was selling it, and I was like, I need one of those. I need to lose a little bit of weight before I can get back into it, but we won't talk about that.
Steven's getting in trouble.
I need to make Steven a moderator.
Oh.
Okay, hang on a second.
Steven, what are you doing?
Nightbot got upset with me because he's posting links, and I'll have to fix that. Okay, so the link to Dawn's channel is now there, and I will get Steven set up as a mod because I think that would be a good thing for me going forward. Yeah, sometimes the Nightbot's a little picky, but I'd rather be a little picky and us adjust it than not be picky enough and have some nasty things come in that we don't want to see.
Right. It's just funny that Steven's doing that.
Yeah. Bad boy. That's the worst thing you do today, Stephen. You're having a good day. I'm actually making more progress on this than I thought I was going to.
That's good.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can get done when you don't have to pull out Voldemort every 5 seconds.
Oh, gee, thanks.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm having a good sewing morning. All right, let's see. Fallon says, when we first moved to Texas, everyone was scared about the projected hurricanes, and I grew up in Florida, so yeah, I got this. Yeah, I can imagine you wouldn't be too concerned about that. I think if you grow up in Florida, you can handle hurricanes anywhere.
Yeah. They're still scary though. I tell you, the ones that I don't like are the ones that are at nighttime because you can't see anything.
No.
You don't know what's really going on outside.
Yeah, that's.
I'm sure you remember those, Fallon.
Yeah, most of them roll through here at nighttime. Fallon's asking, was it the last slide that Teresa got in trouble by the butt? Yes, it was, and I have fixed that problem.
Oh, that was so funny. Oh, I was laughing.
Yes, we all got a good chuckle out of that. Yeah, I fixed that. That was one of the first things I fixed on the butt this morning, because I was telling Martha this morning, like, I just found a nice list of words to blacklist, you know, like all those naughty words you're not supposed to say. And I figured it was better to have too many words. Dawn, you can say it now. It's been removed, so you should be safe. Go ahead and put it in just to see what happens.
She called it a round, bouncy.
She said her eyeballs were hurting because she was up so early, and the word balls was on the blacklist. And I didn't realize
she doesn't want to say it. She doesn't want to go in timeout.
Well, then I'll put it in a second. So yeah, that's what happened, you know. But it's one of those things. Like anytime you have these things, they're wonderful. But you know, sometimes you have to make adjustments, and that's what we did. So,
and it was comedic relief as well.
And we had a bit of fun at Teresa's expense, but I think she was a good sport and understood.
Yes, definitely.
It wasn't intentional. It wasn't like we all kept going.
Never.
Okay, so Janine wrote the word down, and it didn't block us. Experiment is complete. You'll regret this. Yeah, probably. Maybe I should go put the word back on the blacklist again.
Oh, I'm crying.
Yeah, maybe we should just put random words in that naughty, like be the magic bad word of the day.
Oh, Donna just gave a quick, easy.
I didn't realize it was that easy.
Fix.
Okay, done. Thank you, Donna. I didn't realize she was back. I thought she'd gone off to the hospital.
Crystal Hart, are you still in the chat? Did you see that Donna posted?
Sorry?
Crystal Hart was asking that a while back on how to make someone a moderator.
Yeah. Well, I know you can go into the channel settings and all that stuff, but I didn't realize it was that easy. So thank you for that, Donna. And see, that's, again, what we talked about earlier. Our community has so much knowledge. So thank you so much for that, Donna. I really appreciate that. Janine says that would be fun and interesting if I do the magic mystery word of the day.
Donna's so smart. She's got such wonderful knowledge. She just, love her.
Yes. Now, I wonder if it was her or that was Joe telling her to tell us that. Because Joe does a lot of the, Yep, Crystal's still here. Yeah.
I remember you asking about that the other day, Crystal.
Yeah, there's usually more than one way of doing things, but sometimes I don't know the second way. But that's definitely good information. All right, so now Stephen's saying if I'm moderator, does that mean I can run a muck? Yeah, but just remember, what I giveth, I can taketh awayeth. That looks great with the red, white, and blue. So different.
It does. I'm loving it. My husband's going to be so happy about it because he doesn't have a quilt that's like his quilt yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a long time before I made a quilt for myself.
Yeah.
Like I made Amanda one or two, and I've made the family members some, and I've done t-shirt quilts and everything else. And it took me 4 attempts, but I finally made a quilt for myself about 2 years ago, and I made the t-shirt quilt for myself last year as well.
Donna said it was her. That was her.
Okay.
Joe didn't give her.
Okay. I believe it.
She's like, nope, it was me.
Okay. Well, I know Joe does a lot of the tech stuff for us, so I just wasn't.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's so great that she has Joe to help her out with that stuff. So
yeah, they make a great team.
They do, but I wasn't surprised when she said it was her that knew that, because she knows she is really good at that sort of stuff as well. All right, may the force of a race be with you. You gave some people a little power.
Alan says you give some people a little bit of power.
Yep. I think he'll do the right thing. I wouldn't just.
Yeah, he will. He'll do the right thing.
Yeah.
Fallon, I couldn't agree with you more. It has been such a rough week at work. And yesterday I was like, 5 o'clock, please be here. I am ready to go home. Work day. Work is a curse word at this moment. I am ready for the weekend. Ursa.
Yeah, I remember yesterday it was like I was waiting for 5 o'clock, and about 4:45, my boss calls me. There was this unexpected issue come up, and then the one of the big managers from overseas calls me. It was like
you're like, it's too late.
Yeah, he was really cool. It was nice to talk to him. He was just like, "Hey, what happened here?" And I was like, "This is what happened. It's not something that we did." So, and he's like, "Okay, that's good." He didn't think it was our fault, but we had to. You just had to ask, because he'll deal with the folks over in Europe Monday morning before I get out of bed. So, Fallon says back here a minute ago. No, not Fallon. Dawn. I'll get it right in a minute. I've had some really hard laughs of your channel, Sean. First, it was the electricity outage with the sign behind Russ that said electricity. Then Teresa when the timer. See, you never know what you're going to experience when you come join me in the morning. We keep it real. We just go, we've rolled the punches, and we just never know what's going to happen. So
that's
we
right.
Try to be, and I like to be entertaining. I want this to be entertaining, that you guys can come in, hang out with us, have some fun. And apparently the last few weeks we've delivered on that promise. So
Fallon, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That stinks.
She says, "Oh man, these lives are great. Fun way to start the weekend after a tough week." Oh, I'm glad we can do that for you. I really enjoy doing these lives. I didn't think I wasn't intending on doing lives when I started the channel, because I am like super introverted. But everybody encouraged me to do them, and now I absolutely love doing it. I look forward to it each week. So, oh yes, the car breaking down. I remember seeing the post about that last night. Hopefully you get that fixed fairly quickly. And don't take any junk from the dealership either.
Yeah, 2 years old. That's not much at all.
No. You watch, there'll be a recall on that part next week.
Stephen. Yeah. Yeah. We know.
Makes you think I'm devious. Maybe I'm even me. Well. All right, so we have the front half of a dog. He looks really fun. Here we go. All right. So, how are you doing with yours?
I'm doing good. I've got these 2 pieces. I got 2 of these done so far.
Okay.
Now I'm working on section 1B, number 1. This one right here. I'm working on that next.
Excellent. All right. Dawn says, "Do not go live with Russ again until he changes his sign. It now says fireworks." Yikes! Yeah, that's some solid advice.
Actually, that would be a really cute
July 4th or July 1st live.
yeah. Does he have a logo yet?
He does.
Oh, okay. I think if he didn't have a logo, he could put fireworks in his logo.
So what he can do, I think, is he needs to have a sign that says, "You will come into money soon." then we'll schedule him for a live.
That sounds good.
Yeah, Powerball or what's the other one? Mega Millions.
Mega Millions, yeah.
Whichever one's got the biggest thing at the moment. Ange says that looks great, Sean, and Martha's block colors are great. Yes, I agree with that. And that's the beauty of the puzzle mystery quilts, is they have such different colorways, and it's fun to see each and every one on their Facebook page, because mine's all very close together. And this is Clue too, but it gives you an idea of the colorway that I have, and it looks totally different to what Martha has.
Yeah. Of course, I love the purples. They're still so pretty. Don't you have a code for Village Green?
I do, yes. If you are planning on signing up, you have to do it this week. They are closing out Friday the 31st. And if you do, use my code Sean Village, and then they will send you a free gift of your purchase as well. I've heard it's fabric. I'm not 100% sure. And it also helps them know that I referred you, so that way they like to track that stuff to see how well I'm doing, and maybe they'll invite me to do another one, which will be really fun, because that's more content I can bring to you guys. But I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up in just a few minutes. You have anything fun coming up in your channel, or any events that you want to talk about?
Next month, I'm going to work on more of the gnomes. I got to get that finished, and because that took a little bit to sew that first one, and using that Quilt Smart Grid stuff, that was pretty amazing. Getting to use that. I need to work on more of those, and then I also, in April, I want to start doing like a live at least either once a month or twice a month. Thinking like Thursday night. So got some things in the works up here, trying to figure out how to be more consistent with my videos out. So super excited about that.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And if you haven't checked out Martha's first premiere for the first block, the gnome, that's the one you have behind you, correct?
It is. Yep.
Yeah, definitely check out that video. It was a lot of fun to watch. I remember watching the premiere along with several other people, and it was a lot of fun. So definitely check that out. And she showed, like she said earlier, the smart grid, I think it's called.
Quilt Smart. Yeah.
Quilt Smart. I was somewhat close. I'm Australian. I'm
basically
backwards.
Interfacing.
Yeah, it's a really neat product. I've never seen it before. I didn't know how it worked. It was fun to see you use it, to see how it worked. So definitely check that out. And then she'll have you'll have more premieres.
Yeah. That's what it looks like if you can see it.
We can. Or at least I can.
Yeah.
But yeah, check that out. And then Martha's going to start her live soon, and I'm really excited to see that, because I remember you've done one live already. It was like 15 minutes long. This is a test, and that was a lot of fun. You did a really, really good job with that. So I'm excited to see how you progress with that. And I think Thursday nights would be good, because I noticed so many of us do lives. But I think Thursday night's kind of one of the quieter nights. So that would be I think a good time frame for you guys, for you to do that. So definitely check out Martha's stuff. She's got more of the gnomes coming. She's got some other stuff coming. Being consistent on your channel it's hard. I mean, it takes a lot of time, a lot of prep to put out a video. I know with myself, with my podcast, it's a 10-minute video. It's usually 3 to 4 hours a week to record, to prep, to edit, to upload. So it's a lot.
More of a perfectionist, so I have to make sure that it's just right. It drives me crazy if I see one little, error, and I can't make it perfect, but I want it to be as perfect as possible.
Yeah, and you'll learn that balance after time as well. Kathy says, good morning, everyone. My clue 1 and 2 is on the schedule for today. Awesome. And that's the beauty of these things. It takes about 45 minutes to an hour per clue because everything's pre-cut. I love that it's pre-cut. I have to sit there and cut. Like, to cut this out today, I think I spent, and I don't rush. I take my time, but I think it probably took me like 2 hours or so to cut out all the fabric for this, and then the rest of the blocks. So, all right, great start to my morning. Caught some of you guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Janine, for joining us. Rob from the Man Cave is back. He said he just subbed to your channel, Martha, so that's excellent.
Thank you.
You're getting close to 300, right?
I am. I mean, I've said it before. I really didn't think that even 50 people would want to listen to me. And, it was just something that I had been thinking about for a long time, of having a YouTube channel. I was like, nah, no one's going to listen to me. But I'm loving it. It's so much fun. And our quilting community is just awesome. I haven't met anybody that I don't like yet. Everybody's so kind.
Absolutely. And I was the same way. I didn't think I'd get 100 people to watch me either. And we're well and truly past that point now. So,
because I'm an introvert too, very much so. Usually I'm the quiet one, and I don't know what to say. And
see, that's the interesting thing. There's a lot of introverted people on YouTube in the quilting community. I mean, I am. Fallon, I believe, is fairly introverted. Becca, Stephanie from Stephanie Stitches are the ones that I'm aware of. I don't know that Stephen I would call introverted, but then again, he might be. We get on camera and we talk about stuff that we love. Right. we're chatty, chatty Kens and chatty Cathys, I guess. Okay. Yeah, Steve says he's very shy too. Yeah, this is our outlet. We actually get to do our thing here. So yeah, I think there's more introverted YouTubers out there in the quilting community than you would think. So yeah, Fallon says she is. Yeah, so yeah, if you're introverted, don't let that stop you if you want to start your channel. If I can do it, you can, because I'm probably the shyest person you will ever come across. So don't let that stop you. My videos coming up, I'll have my podcast in the morning. Hopefully we'll get to see more than this. I'm almost done. It's not that much more to go. I've done more today than I thought I would, and some other progress. And then I know I keep promising you a quilt review video. I tried to do it the other day, and I had to keep re-recording. And I just like, today is not the day. Sometimes you just need to step away, walk away, and come back to it another day. So right. I'd rather wait, and do it properly than do a bad job. So yeah, one of those things. Rob says he's the biggest introvert. Okay, so I think we'll have to have a contest on who the biggest introvert is one day. I still think I'm going to be the gold medalist. So Dawn says, have a great day, everyone. Got to run. Yeah, I do too. So yeah, let's go ahead and say goodbye to everyone. Thank you all so much for joining me. And Martha, it was fun hanging out with Martha, fun hanging out with each and every one of you. You guys in the chat make this what it is. It's always fun to interact with each and every one of you. It's so much fun, and I'm just so glad you all decided to hop up and join us. And that's very true too. The Quilting Compound says I do it because everyone in my family is sick of me talking about fabric and quilting, and that's very true. Like, we can talk to each other and we get each other. Yeah. You don't get that with your family necessarily, or your non-quilting friends. So that is definitely very true. We got someone else. Kathy says she just subscribed to your channel, Martha. So this is awesome. That's one of the reasons I like bringing my guests on, is because I want to help promote other channels and get them. It's a two-way street. You come on and help me out, and I want it to, you guys to get some a benefit from it as well. So that's awesome. So there you go. Everyone's saying goodbye. Have a good weekend. Yeah, definitely come back and see me tomorrow morning. Check out Martha's channel and her videos. She'll have some more fun stuff coming up soon. Happy sewing, and we will see you all next time. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.
Okay.